I want to enter the data only in the small lowercase. I do not want to enter the data in the uppercase. So can you try on your own? I hope the uppercase criteria was clear to everybody. And now we are going to do same for the lowercase. The class can try the lowercase on their own, but I'm also going to do just for your reference in the screen, and you can see for yourself what we are doing. The only change that will come, a hint that I can give it to you, will be only in the, rather than using upper function, you are going to use lower function, right? Because upper was for the uppercase and lower is going to be for the lowercase. So for the lower one, we are just going to write the same formula with only one difference, and the difference is, rather than having upper, we're going to have lower function over there. So I do the same thing. You guys can please try it on your own also. Don't wait for me to write the formula, complete the formula. Do that along with me so that we can do many more things today, because I actually had to do many more things. So again, select the column. I go to data validation. I select this. So I go to custom because the option is not available in the list. So I'm going to write the devil formula over here. So the formula will be equal to, if I just repeat the same function formula, it was and bracket exact. Please be careful when you write the formula, because small mistake in writing maybe extra comma or not writing any comma at all can give you the error. So rather than upper, I'm going to use lower, and I hope it will give me the answer which I will get at the end. I repeat again, it is equal to and exact bracket P1 comma lower bracket P1 bracket close, and you say another comma for the validation of the text. So you say is text bracket again P1, and you close the, oh no, there'll be only one bracket, I believe. No, there'll be two brackets, because one we have to do, no, there'll be only one bracket because there's a comma over there. So I repeat that once again. I think there will be two commas. So I hope you guys are doing that practice, because you just count the brackets that we have used. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yes, 3. So we have 1, 2. You can do check like that. Also, you can just count the opening bracket and the closing bracket, and the opening bracket should be equal to the closing bracket. So just count the opening and the closing brackets and just ensure that the brackets are equal. So you have 1, 2. We have 3 opening. So we have 1, 2 closing, and we have 1 for this. So if I just take the jump and I say, okay, it has given me the error because there is a need for one more bracket over there. So I will say, okay, hey, it has taken. So I'm going to enter the text, and let me just check with the lowercase first, because I want to have only lowercase. Great, it has taken. So let me just try one more time, and then I'm going to do the devil thing, which is entering text in the uppercase, and it has given me the error, and it should give me the error because it is not matching the criteria. So I'm going to write this in the lowercase. All right, so I'm going to write some more words in the lowercase, and any random word you can write just to ensure whether the formula that you have entered is right or wrong. So we write goat in the lowercase to match the data validation criteria. I repeat once again, whenever you're writing the formula, please be careful about writing the formulas. We often do mistake in writing extra column or comma, or not writing the comma at all, or writing extra bracket, not writing the bracket at all, just forgetting the equal to sign, or any other mathematical sign that we are about to use in the formula. So just be careful about these small mistakes. They we are more likely to do mistakes there. So don't be careless when you're writing the formula, because that is where you are most likely to do a mistake in the formula. So this was a very simple formula, not a simple formula, I'm sorry, this was a very tedious formula having three functions altogether, and exact, upper and lower, and even is text also. So this must have made for the first timers quite a difficult task, because if you're not a guy who has done some programming initially in Excel, it will be quite difficult for you people to do it initially. But I'm very sure as and when we go forward, you will go forward with the So I hope I'm clear to everybody. So the next topic that I'm going to do today, I want to do many more things today. So I want to tell you one more thing for the date column, writing the date in the column. So I assume that the lowercase and the uppercase data entry is clear to everybody, and you guys are practicing that. In the meantime, I'll tell you one more thing which I want to complete for the class, and that is the date option through functions. So initially, we have done the data validation option. When we are selecting date, we were only writing the date as as a date. So it was 08, 08 and 20, like that. But we haven't given or used any function over here. So the Excel also allows you to give this function in the date criteria. Supposingly, you don't want to write today's date on your own, but you want the software to pick up the date automatically through a function. In that case, maybe it is always advisable to use these functions, because it won't be very convenient for any person to write the date himself, or he can't give the date in the program himself, because program is not in his control. The program will be working as per what instructions we write in the program. So we have one more option that I wanted to tell, that in the date, it's not necessary that you always have to write the date as a date. We can we can always write a function that we have for today date. So today is a function that will return today's date. So I say that, let me just do a very simple one. I say, equal to, no, let me do something more. So let's say between only. So I say today's date is a start date, and let me give the end date. Now I want the end date to be after 5 days from today. So what I can do is that I can say equal to today, the function plus 5 days. If you see very carefully what I've done in the date option, I have not given the date as such. In the earlier practices that we have done, we were actually giving the date only. But in this case, just in case if you are doing some, high level programming where you have to take today's date, in that case, you can do like this also, where you can make use of the today function. Like we have month function, we have year function also, that we can do maybe in the other class as well. But let's do this first. So we have given the option of date. Now in this case, please remember, in the date I haven't used the custom. So in the for functions application, it is not necessary that I always have to go with custom. I may use that in the date option also, where very easily I can say that start date should be equal to the today's date, and the end date as per the criteria can be after 5 days. All right. So when I say this, I just give the simple option of start date as equal to today, which will give me today's date, and end date should be today's date plus 5. What does it mean? It will add 5 in the today's date. So let me just press OK, and let me start the devilish thing, which is the data entry. So today is 24th. So let me write, remember it is between, right? It is not equal to. So if I write, I believe 24th, it should not take let me just check the validation criteria again. What was the criteria? So it was date between. Okay, so it is today. So it will take today's date in any case. So if I write, let me write the data as per the criteria first. So I write 25th, and now I will do something else which will not match with the criteria. Okay, it has given me the error because this 15th September is not between 24th and the end date which I've mentioned in the criteria. See, in the between option, it will automatically take the start, it will include the start date and end date. That means these are the two ranges within which we have to enter our date, including those two ranges also. So if I just retry and I say 08 and 26, it should take the date. But if I say 01 and 01 and 20, it will not take that particular date, right? So I wanted to tell you this thing also, that it is not necessary that you only use the function only in case of custom. You can also use the function as per the criteria defined by the programmer. All right, so this was the simple thing which I wanted to tell. I want to tell you more things, but I want you guys to practice. I hope it's clear to everybody, and I will do that again if it is not clear, so don't be bothered about that. But what is more important is that you must practice what we have done today, right? So just summarize what we have done today, because let's not rush with the topic. So in today's class, first we have done first we enter the data only as a text or as a non-text. Initially, as a non-programmer person, I believe people are not into programming practices. So you guys must not be knowing how to do programming of different functions, or to make formulas. So just to start with, we may have to take somebody's help. All these formulas are available online. There are a lot of resources available online. You can take their help and write formulas with their help as well. So initially, to start with, we are doing some formulas with this help, and when we become an expert of these formula writing, then we can write these formulas on our own. But for that, you need to know these functions. And I don't know to what extent it is possible to learn all functions in just these one or 2 months and then practice them. But we'll try to do that. Let's see how we can do that. So after text and non-text, we also did the uppercase and lowercase. I did tell you to write today's date with the help of today function, and with the end date and start date. Therein, it is not necessary that you always write something as the date. You can also write as the function also. So today I wanted to give you one exercise, but all time has gone in the practice only. We got only 5 minutes with us, so let me take the attendance for the people, and maybe you guys can come in the other practical class as well, just to repeat what we have done. If it is not clear, if it is clear, you guys can practice on your own. So I will stop presenting, and I will take attendance.